I haven't said it yet. I'm nervous for my first time to say it. I've been saving myself to be with somebody special to say it. And I couldn't think of anybody better to say it in front of for the first time than the special Jason Aponte. The San Francisco 49ers are going to the Super Bowl. Newsprint Right Option podcast starts right now.
Welcome, everybody.
We are live.
My name is Jason Aponte.
I am Andrew Pasquini.
We're working. That's it. We're working over here. That's it. Let's go Niners.
Let's go Niners. Sprint Right Option podcast. It's a new Sprint Right Option podcast. And honestly, this is already really weird. I'm gonna be 1,000% honest. Just saying the sentence, I'm already a little emotional. So this is gonna be a fun episode. I'm ready. Sprint Right Option podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I am Andrew Pasquini, joined as always by Jason Aponte. I know I just said it, but that's the cold open, and Jason just presses the button and doesn't say anything. So I'm gonna say it again. And Jason, I just want your natural response. So you ready? The San Francisco 49ers are going to the Super Bowl.
Your team doesn't play in Las Vegas in 2 weeks?
Couldn't be me.
Couldn't fucking be me.
Yep.
Couldn't be me.
Yep.
Can't be us.
Yep.
Stop playing with us.
Yep.
Let's go, Andrew.
I don't. So obviously, very excited. Very, 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 very excited, right? We're 49er fans. This is what we've been waiting on, not since just 2019, the Harbaugh, just all this eras. They're back. The San Francisco 49ers, they are back in the Super Bowl. Kansas City Chiefs. We got a lot to talk about, Jason, but I really just want to have a very disoriented first 5 minutes of us just saying the 49ers are in the Super Bowl as many different ways as we can, because like I know 2019 existed and all that stuff, and I'm sure we're going to hear a lot about 2019 in the coming few weeks. But man, this is special because this is the first time that I have been on the internet, on YouTube, on the podcast, talking about a Super Bowl team. And there's something to it. I know that the work is it's not done. The work is unfinished, but I'm gonna be honest, Jason. This is the second playoff game in a row where I was planning the eulogy of the 49ers season at halftime. And it wasn't necessarily that I didn't think the Niners can come back from a 17-point deficit at halftime. It was more so the thought of third consecutive NFC championship game. Of course this was going to happen, right? Like, of course the Lions were going to shit pump the 49ers, right? Like and that was the thought at halftime. It's just like silly Andrew for thinking that this NFC championship game would be any different. And then the 49ers put on a third quarter performance I don't think I'm ever going to forget. I don't think anybody here is going to forget. And here we are. This is me literally struggling to find the words of like the 49ers are going to, because this is, as I said, Jason, you get the benefit. And I guess I shouldn't say you get the benefit because I'm invited every time. I just don't join, but you get the benefit of kind of flushing these emotions out on the live shows. And you did that a little bit yesterday. But I was just sitting here in my apartment writing an article, kind of by myself. My girlfriend comes home. She's not a Niner fan. She says her congratulations, but really, this is the first time it's really like hitting me is being on this platform here. I wrote the sentence that the Niners are going to the Super Bowl yesterday, NinersNation.com. Don't know if you guys know, we write there. But man, like it's really hitting me now. Like this is the live, like Andrew is, all the realizations are coming down that like, we're not talking about another NFC championship game loss. We're actually talking about the exact opposite, a team going to the Super Bowl. So yes, I guess this is the long way of saying it, Jason. This episode, we try to go position by position. I just want to apologize that this episode's probably going to be, and it's not even a real apology. There's nothing to apologize. We're very excited. But this episode's going to be a little all over the place. And again, I don't know if you've heard, Jason, it's because the 49ers are going to the Super Bowl. So that's my spiel, my 3-minute spiel.
So last night I did the post game and I felt like, usually you're hyped, and I I was filled with a few different emotions. I was a little drained. Um, I felt I felt reflective.
Mm,
I wanted to cry.
yeah.
I wanted to cry yesterday. There was something about the way that happened. My voice cracked a bunch. Um,
Mhm.
it's 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 really hard to put into words what happened yesterday, and I've watched this game 3 times already. 3 times. It's really hard to put into words what happened. Um, you go from you go from sitting there writing a eulogy in your head,
Yep.
what you have to say,
Mhm.
to literally going this far and getting this far. This is a special team, man. And this was a special moment. And I'll always, no matter what, good or bad, right or wrong. By the way, I am picking the fucking 49ers to win the Super Bowl. Oh, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I it's gonna be hard to forget this one.
Yeah.
And I don't think I ever will. I
Well,
was I was lucky enough to remember the last time the San Francisco 49ers won a Super Bowl. I was lucky enough to be on some magical runs. Ironically enough, in 2012, the 49ers were down 17 to the Atlanta Falcons, and they also came back and won that game. Um, this one feels different. It feels different. Everything that you wanted to say about Kyle Shanahan, everything that you want to say about Brock Purdy, everything that you want to say about this team not being able to win muddy games, all that shit's out the window now.
yeah.
Like, especially for these last 2, the narratives are having a hard time. And I literally watched this morning because I couldn't sleep. I didn't sleep at all. I
Yeah.
didn't sleep at all. I literally watched every single morning show, and I watched so many people backtrack,
Mhm.
apologize. Like, I tell you guys to stay away from the national media, and I just mean, like, don't let it get you mad. But my God, was it so good to watch people have to grovel and just go ahead and just like go for it and say what they really have to say. It's a lot, Andrew. It's a lot, man. And that's why this episode is going to be very much, off the rails and just us
Yes.
speaking, because what we witnessed on Sunday is special. It's special. This is a special group.
Yeah. Yep.
And we have now we have 2 weeks before the 49ers have a chance to right their wrongs and bring home number 6. So that's what this episode should be. It should be
Yeah.
for all of us. It should be for all of us, everyone in the comments, everyone who's listening. It should be for all of us to just process and just say
Yeah.
what you want to say because it was so special. That's my spiel.
Yeah, and I'll respond to a lot of what you just said. I'll get the joke out of the way first. Jason, not all the narratives are gone. Kyle Shanahan's still only 1-30 in fourth quarters, trailing by 7 or more points because he selfishly came back in the third quarter. Should have saved that for the stats.
Ah, good one.
Yeah, so that's that. Obviously, that narrative still exists. But yeah, I'm gonna be 1,000% honest. I think the part of this reason um, that this episode is going to be a little all over the place is I made the conscious decision before the game yesterday because every game and I've done it for 5-6 years now. Every Niner game, I have a little notepad. I take notes, kind of jot things down that I'm like, hey,
I do the
this will
same
be
thing.
interesting to talk about on the podcast. I honestly I made the conscious decision before the game yesterday, like right before the game. I'm like, you know what? No, the Niners have been to this game 2 years in a row. I've kind of looked at it from an analytical, podcaster standpoint. I said, you know what? No, forget it. I'm not taking notes today. I'm going to
We're
watch this game.
fans.
I'm going to be a 49er fan today. I'm not going to
Yeah.
look at this from the scope of a podcaster. And man, I do not regret that decision one bit. I know maybe the podcast might suffer in terms of the quality of what we're saying about the game,
Nope.
but I think nobody cares about that because again, Jason Aponte, don't know if you've heard this sentence. The San Francisco 49ers are going to the Super Bowl. So I don't think people necessarily care about what, my down to the nitty-gritty thought on every Brock Purdy throw was.
Yeah.
But I think part of what makes yesterday special, and I mean a lot of it makes it special, is it's not just the comeback in the third quarter, man. It was the Niners were down 24-7, and then in almost the blink of an eye, it was 24-24. And it was like, because usually when there's comebacks like that, like you think of the New England Patriots, right? The 28-3. was kind of a slow burn. It took them until the final play to tie the game and get it to overtime. This was, man, the Niners have a lot of work to do in the second half. And by the time the third quarter was over, the work was done. And listen, I'm not going to say the game was over at 24-24, but the second the touchdown scored, I turned to my friend and I said, "This game's over. It might be tied, but the Niners aren't losing this game. This game's over." It just was really. I mean, for it, I think this game feels a little different if this is the divisional round, if this is the wild card round, if this exact game happens. But part of the story of this game is the 49ers were down 24-7 in their third consecutive NFC Championship game, where the Niners had lost the previous two. As I said, the script that Niner fans have seen was being followed up until halftime, where it's like, shit, man, we got, like, I was getting ready. I'm gonna be honest, this is where I'm at with this situation. I was getting ready for you don't fire Shanahan, but we got to talk about if he can win these games. Like, that's a real convert. Losing 3 NFC champions. Like, I had that thought at halftime. My girlfriend got home at halftime. I was outside getting a little high because, the impending situation happening, right? And I'm like, yeah, man, like, I was mentally ready for this. And
that's what you did at half. That's that was halftime adjustment. The halftime adjustment was you doing that and me taking a shower.
Dude, I'm gonna be. You know what the halftime adjustment one honestly was? I have a little here. I'll for Christmas, one of Jamie's friends got me this little "Smells Like a 49ers Win" candle. I didn't have it lit in the first half, and Jamie saw the score, and she goes, "It's because the candle's not lit." She lit the candle, and sure enough,
halftime adjustments.
Sure enough, halftime adjustments. My girlfriend lit this
go
fucking
crazy.
candle. Niners are going through.
Let me get to this donation. Chris Royale, shout out to you, man. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's game. Hey guys, just wanted to jump in and give 2 middle fingers to Eminem. Royce the 5'9" is a better rapper, and tell Eminem to meet CJ Gardner Johnson at Cancun. 3, 2, 1, Cancun.
Cancun. I didn't know that CJ Gardner Johnson was waving goodbye to fans up 20-7 in the second quarter. I didn't see that until after the game. Boy, that's a choice. That was a choice. Surely it was a choice since the Niners came back and won. Jason, I think at some point maybe we'll talk about the game a little bit. Honestly,
no. Look, Andrew, vibe.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Just fine.
Let's talk about the game with vibes. I don't care about going in order of positions. Let's just talk about the game where we feel we need to talk about the game. And I'll tell you where I thought the game changed. And I know a lot of people are talking about Dan Campbell kind of going over the top, going for it on 4th down in the second half, which I don't think that's a fair conversation to have about Dan Campbell, because it's, once again, it's Dan Campbell. Part of the reason the Lions were here was because of Dan Campbell's decisions to go.
And he was unapologetic. Well, all right. He was unapologetically him, but he, as much as we shit on Kyle Shanahan for his time management and his decision making, I've got to shit on Dan Campbell. And here's why. At that point at the half, when you're there at the goal line and the way that the game has been going, you do not take a fucking field goal right there. You do not take a field goal right there. You finish the drive. You finish the drive. And then for you to go on the other side of the field when you get a shot to do 4th down and you decide to go for it there instead of taking a field goal there is someone who does not understand clock management, how math works, anything like that. He doesn't understand momentum. You know what the Lions could have done? They could have stepped on the Niners' neck right there with that touchdown. Because not only does it give you 4 more points, right? I'm not good at math. They got 3. They should have had 7, right?
Yes.
Not only does it give you 4 more points, but it demoralizes that team in front of you. But you hold them, and then, you know what? You say, we'll take our win because we held them. Bend, don't break. But Dan Campbell, there's no way that you're ever going to convince me that taking the field goal that close when your offense was literally doing whatever they wanted and then going for it on the other side is going to be the right decision. It does not. None of that computes. Gardner Johnson got rolled by CMC. Sure did. And Gray Fox, hell yeah. I was at the game, and when the fumble happened, I grabbed my wife and with both hands and shook her, yelling, the momentum is shifted. We're going to the Super Bowl, and I need to yell for the rest of the game. The team needs you. Vibes. Everybody vibe. Everybody vibe now. Like right now, let's vibe. Like usually after games, Andrew and I come on here and we talk about things that we saw in this game. No, this one is vibes.
Yeah.
This whole podcast is going to be run by vibes. Everyone vibe. If you're watching live, if you're listening in your car, just vibe and make sure you get your vibes out. Let's talk. Let's talk about this because again, wins are wins in the championship game. This is special. This was special. This was special. And when you have people telling you, like I literally just went to the local bar that I went to last night after the game, and I was so drained that I couldn't even like. People were like, "Oh, congratulations," and I was like, just like, "Oh, thank you," like whatever. But I literally had someone tell me, you shouldn't feel you shouldn't be happy right now." Are you fucking dumb?
No.
Are you dumb? Why shouldn't I be happy? Why shouldn't we be happy? Why not? Why not?
I'm sure there's some weirdos that have the thought of, well, the Niners are expecting to win the Super Bowl.
My
but
voice
like,
is gone, Jake.
Yeah, dude, Jake, his voice is gone. You thought Jason Aponte was going to be silent after winning the NFC Championship game?
My voice is gone. And then I went out last night on top of that. Like I went out last night on top of that, and it just did not help.
Jason, this is what I love about the Sprint Ride Option podcast, because I instantly met. We don't talk about what we're going to talk about on the show. I've said that before. That hasn't changed. But all I had to say was, I don't think Dan Campbell's 2 fourth down attempts in the second half are what people should be talking about. I didn't even mention right before half, and you bar for bar took what I was going to say.
I'm sorry.
Because to me, he even had a quote where he said, like, "Oh, well, it was just a little longer than we had hoped." Like, are you trying to tell me that your playbook is cut up between going forward on 4th and 2 and 4th and 3? Because there is I understand the perception of, okay, you're up 2 scores, a field goal makes it 3 scores, but you know what's better than a 3-score lead at halftime? A 3-touchdown lead. Because now small things like the Jake Moody field goal out of halftime, instead of it being a 2-touchdown lead, it is still a 3-score game. And so to me, it's just Dan Campbell made a living of going for it on all those 4th downs. And really, it to me, and I don't like to use this terminology because Dan Campbell's an NFL head coach. I am not. I am a podcaster. But to me, that is the difference between trying to not lose and trying to win a football game. Dan Campbell, for a second, decided we are up 21-7 right before halftime. We're going to try and not lose this game instead of trying to win it. And that's really the only explanation I can think of not going forward on 4th and 3 at the 3-yard line with a touchdown and chance to put it away. Cynthia, we see you. Shout out to you too. I mean, shout out every Niner fan. Cynthia, day one.
All of us. I love this for all of us.
I love this for all of us. It's just Dan Campbell going for that field goal there. I felt like that was the first instant of the game changing. And then from there, man, all the momentum swings, okay? Going from, obviously, I think the first small momentum swing was the Moody field goal, because just getting points on that opening drive of the second half set something, right? Then Dan Campbell goes for it on the 4th and 2. And by the way, I tweeted this earlier today. All right, I didn't tweet it. I texted it to the group. I don't know why it is about this 49ers team. I'm more confident in them in stopping a 4th and 2 than like a 3rd and 15. I saw them give up entirely too many of those yesterday. But then the drop happens by Josh Reynolds. I know the throw could have been better by Jared Goff, but like that ball hit both of his hands. To go straight to the 2 plays later, the Brandon Ayuk play, which that play is going to be talked about for years, decades. I really love all the photos of like the Lions player having the ball in the hand and the photo asking who caught this ball, because it's Brandon Ayuk. But then in the blink of an eye, 2 drives, the Niners are down 1 touchdown. Lions have a chance to respond, and what happens? Tashawn Gibson makes. I mean, I think it kind of gets lost in everything, but I think the Tashawn Gibson forced fumble is up there with the blocked punt in Green Bay, or the blocked punt in Green Bay. That one resulted in a touchdown, but 4 plays later, this one results in a touchdown. And as I said, The second Christian McCaffrey scored that touchdown to tie 24-24, I was starting the plans for Vegas. And that's just what it is. I think the Lions, I think really what you saw was the difference between an upstart team and a situation they're not familiar with in the Detroit Lions. And you saw that hot start. But then you saw the difference between a team who has this experience and has played in these games several times in several years. And you saw a team that said, okay, you might be up 17 at half, but there's still an entire second half left to this football game. And that's what you saw. The 49ers, it took them until the second half, but the 49ers proved what I think everybody knew, and that's they were the best team on the field yesterday. And that's just what it is. You're muted. You're muted. You're muted.
And again, I say all the time. Every single Super Bowl champion has some nonsense that happens before they win. Okay? The Seattle Seahawks wouldn't have made the Super Bowl if the Green Bay Packers forget how to play football and allow an onside kick to get recovered. Eli Manning doesn't win a Super Bowl without a helmet catch.
Nope.
The San Francisco 49ers get some bounces that go their way. I don't know what to do with my hands now. Now this is something that is completely foreign to me because I'm used to being on the other end of that. I'm used to being on the other end of some bullshit.
Yep.
But now, the bullshit's happening for the San Francisco 49ers.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Something special is happening.
Interesting.
Something special is happening. Every single Super Bowl champion, you can look at one game, a few moments. All right, let's keep going. 28-3. Tom Brady throws a pass that bounces in between three people, and Julian Edelman grabs that shit before it hits the ground. Something special is happening.
Something weird.
Something special is happening. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Hey, thank you, NorCal Danny Muzi.
Oh my goodness.
We appreciate you. My brother, we'll read the comment. My brother played Jared Goff in baseball. I believe that's at Marin Catholic Bay Area High School. He's local, grew up a Niner fan. Give Ayuk that bag. Grew up a Niners fan to make it a better story. Fuck it. I'll say fuck for $100. We can't start off slow like this in the bowl. I have a good feeling with Purdy. He's got it. Yeah, and that's part of this story, right? Part of the story is the Niners. Listen, here's my very first Super Bowl take. You ready for this? The 49ers cannot start slow against the Kansas City Chiefs. There you go. First thought. Niners cannot have a first half like they had the previous two games against the Kansas City Chiefs. But hey, listen, NorCal Danny Musi, appreciate you, man.
That is
that's
incredibly
a lot. Generous. We never take that for granted. We really, really do appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, that's incredibly generous. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And look, I don't want to get, like emotional, but I love our community.
Yep.
I love what we've built. I love our mods, our constant viewers. I love us. I love this for us. That's what, like, when this happened, that's all I was thinking about. Like, when this game, I was like, I love this for us. And this episode, again, it's not going to be analytical. It's not going to be
vibes.
It's just vibes. But we all deserve this.
Yep.
We all deserve this. And I'm so happy for all of us.
Yep.
We have our differences. We yell at each other. We say nasty things to each other.
Yeah.
But all that's out the window. All that's out the window right now. There are bridges being amended right now. Me and people that I beef with, even I'm saying, like, I don't care. Like, I let's go Niners. Yep. Thank you. And thank you. And thank everybody, man. Thank you all, man. None of this is possible for us to do that. Like, to do this right now, like, without you guys. And it's all you guys. But yeah, I love this for us, man. I love this for all of us.
Yeah.
And again, NorCal Danny, thank you so much, man. It really means a lot. But The good news is, I think we ain't done yet.
No.
My God.
There's
Oh
another
my
game in
God.
13 days.
Oh my God. But the best part is we get to have fun with this game for a long time. Like I wanna like lean into the Senior Bowl. Like I really want to lean into but I have no interest. I have
Well,
no interest in going into the Senior Bowl right now because I think we ain't done yet. We ain't done yet. 60 minutes. 60 minutes. One more. 60 minutes from immortality. 60 minutes from righting the wrongs. 60 minutes from the 49ers saving the world again. Because the last time they played the Kansas City Chiefs, the world really ended. It literally ended. 60 minutes was saving the world.
Yep.
Saving. Let's go.
Gray Fox, thank you for this next one too. Just hit me. We're gonna get revenge in Jimmy G's home. No, that's.
I want
There you go.
to keep this one up, but I'm
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna put it. But I want to get to Gray Fox.
Well, absolutely correct on that one as well. We'll get that one back on. But yeah, Jimmy G's home. I think Raider fans are going through it right now. Chiefs Niners at their stadium for like their two like biggest rivals, the Chiefs and the Niners. One of them's taking a Lombardi out of their stadium. Like, oh, that's got to be brutal. I do want to say, since we're at the halfway point, Jason, you mentioned your kind of week of content. Maybe we should kind of throw out there what our current plans are for the next 2 weeks, since we kind of talked about it today. And these are all subject to change, but we're obviously streaming right now. Currently, the plan is we're live right now, Monday. We're going to be live Wednesday in 2 days. Just a random like, hey, guys, Super Bowl's in 11 days. Let's talk about it. But then I'm going to Seattle. We're going to the Great Pacific Northwest to hang out for a few days. Jason's got Super Bowl stuff to do. And then we'll be back. You ready for this? Next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday Super Bowl preview. We're going to give you as much Super Bowl content as we can. Because Jason, don't know if you've heard this, the San Francisco 49ers are in the Super Bowl. So just be sure, not just for the Sprint Right Option podcast, be sure to stay locked to Jason Aponte's YouTube channel as a whole, because there's going to be a lot of great content. But I'm telling you, we're shooting for 5 episodes before the Super Bowl. This is episode 1. Be here for it, man, because we're going to have fun. This is going to be a vibey episode. Jason, I know we said vibey, less analytics, less numbers, but can I give you a number that we talked about on Friday? And you and I even said it's kind of a pointless number. And I'll tell you why. The Detroit Lions run defense was ranked number 2 in the NFL this season. They gave up 1,500 rushing yards, the second fewest in the NFL. And I said, Jason, I have an interesting stat. I don't know what it means, but let me tell you. And I said, well, the 3 games the Detroit Lions gave up the most rushing yards was against the Chicago Bears and the Baltimore Ravens. They gave up 183 to the Bears, 146 to the Ravens, and then 142 to the Bears once again. And I said, this is interesting because the Ravens and Bears are 1 and 2 in rushing yards this season. And hey, Jason, maybe we can use this information and say, well, the Niners are number 3. Maybe they're going to get a lot of rushing yards. And then I said, but then I remembered Jason Aponte. We love NorCal Danny. I'm gonna finish this thought because I'm halfway through it, and then we're gonna get to this. And then we said, but the reason this is silly to think is because Baltimore and Chicago both have mobile quarterbacks, and they had 198 of those 470 rushing yards in those 3 games. Did you not know that the 49ers had a mobile quarterback? 5 carries, 48 yards from Brock Purdy, 2 carries of 20 plus yards in 2 huge situations. And then we're going to talk about Brock Purdy's scrambling abilities because NorCal Danny, we love you. You guys keep it real and honest. I love watching the show. I mean, we're back at the Super Bowl. It's a great time as Niner fans. We got to keep run CMC and Kyle. Let Purdy go. Don't keep tight. Let him loose. Trust him. He ain't Jimmy G. Keep it up. Danny, we love you. Danny, I love you.
Danny, thank you. Danny, thank you so much. That is so generous, man. It really is. And God, man, it's hard not to get like emotional just a little, right? Like, but
community.
When Andrew and I started this, it was in 2020, and that was a rough year for everybody, not just 49ers fans. And we started it, and to be able to like look around at this community look around at this, everything that like you guys have helped us build, it does. It makes me emotional, man. It really does. I just never would have thought that anybody would ever care about my thoughts, Andrew's thoughts. Like I just like we did it kind of just to pass the time. And since we started in 2020, the Niners made the NFC Championship in 2021, 2022, 2023, and now me and Andrew get to talk about an NFC Championship win. The 49ers, by the way, have the most playoff wins of any NFL franchise. Suck it. And we get to preview a fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And Danny, again, man, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. We appreciate it. But I'm just happy of what we built. I'm happy for what we built. I'm happy for everybody. I'm happy for all of us. All of us. We all deserve this. All of us, man. All of us. Man, and Paul says, happy for all the success. This podcast made me pals with Andrew. It's awesome. Big Dad says, Jason, you're one of the few first guys I started following in the community. So salute to you, bro. Thank you. Thank you so much. I want to keep Danny's donations up. I want to keep them up, but I don't want to get like mushy, man. But like, shit, this was special. Shit, I love this for us, man. We are this close. We are this close to something that is going to be literally the greatest thing you've ever seen, man. And we get to right our wrongs.
Yeah, I just the idea of playing in this, and I know it happened just 4 years ago, but man, for football reasons and real life reasons, 4 years ago feels like a very long time ago. And this something about this one feels different. Maybe it's because 2019 was a little bit out of nowhere. Because you got to remember those Niner teams weren't the best going into the season. 2018, there was a little bit of hope because of the Jimmy Garoppolo thing. He obviously tears his ACL, and then you're going into 2019. You're not sure. I think some people had an inkling that, hey, maybe this Jimmy Garoppolo guy will be good. I don't think anybody expected in 2019 the 49ers would be a Super Bowl team until things kind of got rolling. But now here we are, and it almost makes it more special that the expectation this season was the Super Bowl or bust. Like it wasn't like I as cool as it is to win the NFC Championship game, let's be honest, the goal wasn't, at least for the 49ers, wasn't win the NFC Championship game. It's to win the Super Bowl. But even then, like, let's be honest, 2 teams out of 32 make the Super Bowl every year. That's a bit of a far reach for any team to say. I think you look at teams like the Bills. How about this? The Eagles. The Eagles were in the Super Bowl last year. You see how difficult they made it look to get to the Super Bowl this year? Like, it just because you have a roster that's stacked to do this doesn't mean you're making the Super Bowl. And so, yes, the goal absolutely is to try to win the Super Bowl. The goal is to win the Super Bowl. But I think this is part of the reason they give you 2 weeks between the championship game and the Super Bowl, is so you can kind of be like, man, we're here. The Niners are there. They are in the Super Bowl. And I've said it 900 times on the podcast already, and I still don't think it's hit me. It is that the Niners are playing in the most important football game of the year. And that's, I mean, that's enough for me. I mean, personally, I think you can call this season a win just because I'm a fan and I sit on the side. Jason, you know how we run the meme of like, hey, you guys are too overconfident. The Niners are going to lose. It's the same thing. Like I feel pretty fulfilled with just going to the Super Bowl because that's just such a hard thing. But I don't think that's enough for the players. And that's where it gets a little different. I think the players, obviously, they're in I don't, stop me if you've heard this, Jason. I think the players want to win the Super Bowl. So, I mean, might as well just do it, right? Might as well just win the Super Bowl.
All right, let's get spicy.
Let's get spicy.
Where the fuck are those Kyle Shanahan people that say he can't come back from whatever? Where y'all at? Where y'all at?
Get weird.
Y'all over here? Y'all over there? Because I can't find y'all. I can't find y'all. I can't find y'all. Coach can't come back from 17? What happened? What happened? Your narrative. Your narratives. Your narratives. Those poor narratives. Yo. Don't let Coach get this. Don't let Coach get this ring. Do not let Coach get this ring. Because if he does,
it's over.
Prepare for condescending. I know better than you. I'm Kyle Shanahan. Watch the fucking tape. Don't. Yeah. What happened though? What happened? Shanahan better not get down on the Chiefs team or it's a done deal. Rod, the Rams, Cabo on 3. 1, 2, 3, Cabo. No one cares. But stop lurking on our channel. Don't worry about it. It's none of your business. But I want to. No. Hold on. I want everyone who said Kyle can't do this, Kyle can't do that. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
I just can't believe that like last week the conversation at this point was like, or before the Packer game, because last week, it was Monday, the Niners had already beaten the Packers, but before it was like, what are the Niners going to do if they fall behind?
I'm close.
Like
I'm close.
What are the Niners going to do if they fall behind in a playoff game? And then they have the fourth quarter they have against the Packers. And I don't even think I fully comprehended that the Niners were down 24-7 yesterday. That's just how confident I was after they tied the game that they were going to win. I think my brain just put myself into neutral. Like, oh yeah, the Niners always were going to win this game. But man, 24-7, because I remember because a lot of people talked yesterday about that Falcons NFC Championship game. And I remember my attitude going into that NFC Championship because I don't know if you remember, Jason. A lot of people didn't like that Falcons team, even though they were one of the better teams in the league. And I remember when the 49ers fell behind 17-0, my first thought was, this Falcons team is going to blow this lead. And guess what happened, Jason? They did. But I don't think at any point at halftime yesterday it was like, yeah, dude, Niners are coming back from 17. No problem whatsoever. And then the crazy thing is they made it look like no problem. Like they really did. Like I don't think that's the thing that people have comprehended is just how quick they erased a 17-point lead. And it was just I've already said it, just a blink of an eye. The blink of an eye and the Lions were tied. And as I said, I don't think it's hit me what happened yesterday. I just know the result. I think I just went into this panic shock state of like, okay, I'm numb. What's happening? Niners won. Okay, hey, how do we get here? Niners won. They really had to come back from 24-7 at halftime, didn't they?
Dude, when Jahmyr Gibbs fumbled the football,
oh man,
and the 49ers jumped on it, I literally couldn't believe it. I just was like, this is the type of thing that like if you wrote that in a movie, let's say we wrote a movie and we were like, this team had to do that in this game. Everybody say that movie's stupid.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna come back from that. That's stupid. But man, if it literally like Andrew said, it went from what's that meme?
They had us in the first half, not gonna lie.
The man, no, not even that. The man urged to yell, "It's Jover."
Yeah,
we're so fucking back.
Yeah.
It literally happened in one quarter. It happened in one quarter.
I'm even in the dumb thought, Jason, that this game ends differently if the Jahmyr Gibbs fumble happens on the second play of that drive. I think it's a significantly different game. Keith Murphy, thank you for the donation. I was optimistic when they held them to 3, and then after the fumble, you could hear them crumbling. Yeah, dude, like I'm exactly there, but oh man, they really came back 17. But I'm in the belief that if Gibbs fumbles on like the second play of that drive, after the Niners cut the lead to 7, I think it's a little different, and I don't know why. That the Andrew Pasquini dumb football thought of the day, sponsored by, hey, you can sponsor this here, is this game is different if Jahmyr Gibbs doesn't fumble on the first play of the drive, but for it to be touchdown, defense forces the fumble, and now the Niners are back in the red zone one play later. Oh man, that I don't think I will ever forget just the numb feeling I had in that entire comeback, because it just, again, saying it for the 9th time this podcast, Jason, in case you're wondering where my brain is. It happened so fast, I don't think I comprehended the Niners were tied.
Sounds like me after a poor performance.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. We're off the rails.
You know, hey, we're vibing. We're
off the rails. We're vibing. 157 people in here right now. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. Find the Sprint Red option wherever you find your podcast, anything. I don't understand why Niner fans are buying NFC Champs gear. That's premature. That's just
I was
Peter, let people vibe. Let people vibe.
I was in that thought.
Let people do whatever they want to do.
I was in that thought too. It's like, I'm not going to spend money on NFC Championship gear. I want to buy Super Bowl gear. And then 47 brand dropped that hat. Real quick, 47 brand dropped that hat that I sent today. I'm like, I got to get that one. Sending love, Carl Zion. Thank you for donation. Sending love to Sprint Red Option Pod this Victory Monday. It's time for the Niners and Cody Rhodes to finish their Cody Rhodes. CM Punk tore his pec. He's out for WrestleMania. Did you hear that? Bum.
The Rock versus
Cody
Roman
Rhodes
Reigns.
finishing the story.
The right
Frisco bum. I'm not gonna read that.
I need the hate. I need the hate to fuel me. I need it.
I like Don Burr better.
I need it. I like
Don Burr better.
No, you know what? Look, all right, look. Let's say something nice.
Yes.
The Detroit Lions are going to be good for a long time. They're a very good team. Dan Campbell's a good coach, and he's going to continue to be who he is. The same way that we laugh at Mike McCarthy, even though he should be working at Walmart. All of those things are true. But you're here now. You're here now, and you're not going to be here.
Why are you?
You're not going to be here in a minute.
Why is he referencing baseball? He's a Royals fan. Like they play baseball in Kansas City.
No, wait a minute. Wait. No. Oh no, he doesn't. He plays for the Pirates now. We're talking baseball. Aroldis Chapman signed with the Pirates.
Yeah, he's on the Pirates.
Yeah.
I don't think they have Bobby Witt.
Hold on. Real quick. Let me cook. I couldn't imagine writing your YouTube name. I couldn't imagine writing your YouTube name and
to be that.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine like making a YouTube channel. Frisco bum, whatever. Like, I'm not gonna say that word. And matter of fact, let me get that shit off my screen.
I find it funny that that's his name.
Matter of fact.
Goodbye. Yeah.
Hold his block.
I just like that that's his name, but he's actively searching 49ers, like San Francisco.
God damn.
Like he has the Chiefs are in the
Super Bowl.
Yeah, there's plenty of Chiefs podcasts talking about the Chiefs, but he's here. You got all of next week. You have all of next week to worry about 49er podcasts.
No, there isn't. There's not plenty of Chiefs podcasts. It's fucking Travis Kelce and two other guys who can barely get Wi-Fi in their area because y'all live in the States. Like,
I can't believe he brought up baseball.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Please don't get me started. Please don't get me started.
We're not gonna get him started.
I swear to God, look, I want you to look me dead in the eyes. Don't let us win. Don't let us finish this shit. Don't let us finish this because I'm gonna be insufferable. Oh my God. There are more Taylor Swift podcasts than Chiefs podcasts. 100%. Actually,
to be fair, there might be more Taylor Swift podcasts than 49ers podcasts. So let's be 1,000%. There's a lot of Swifties out there.
I don't know, Andrew. There's a lot of us out here.
That's fair. That's very fair. There's a lot of 49er content creators.
No, don't get me started. Yo, don't let us win. Don't let us finish. Don't let us finish. I swear to God, this entire offseason, we're gonna start every single podcast with ha 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 ha, and your team stinks, our team doesn't. Please don't.
I love Rod's comment here. Rod coming in here talking shit about the Niners because he's a Rams fan, and he goes, "I live in Missouri, and trust me, the Chiefs shit is annoying." I'm assuming he's a St. Louis Rams fan, which, hey, shout out. That means you're a real Rams fan. Let's be real. If you are still a St. Louis, if you're a Rams fan from St. Louis, you're a real Rams fan. So I appreciate you. I forget your Rod. I'm sorry, I'm not good with names and I lost it. Rod, shout out. He lives in Missouri. He's tired of the Chiefs too. Jason.
What?
Don't know if you've heard the 49ers.
What?
going to the Super Bowl.
The 49ers are going where? Vegas,
Super Bowl.
baby.
Vegas.
I don't care if we kill somebody. You heard me? It's Sin City.
Whoa.
You heard me?
I don't think you can say that on YouTube.com. They
I
kill
have-
somebody
no,
in a
no.
football game. There we go.
It's a hangover reference.
That too. Hangover. References.
Hangover.
Parody law.
I wanna say something. I have something to say. Your team doesn't have a game on February 11th? Couldn't be me.
Hey,
Couldn't be me.
Hey, couldn't be. Hey, but hey, I heard Jalen Hurts might be in the Pro Bowl.
You think, so all year I said, you're worried about Pro Bowls. You're worried about who's going to. The 49ers don't play in those games.
No.
They don't play in those games. Vishal, the best thing about this game, CMC, Debo, Ayuk, Kittle, Juice, Jawan, Mitchell, Purdy. It took everyone on offense and we got this done.
So much happened. I forgot about the Jawan Jennings catch. That one-handed,
one catch.
And it was one-handed. It was a third down, third and Jawan, dog.
Yes.
Third and Ronnie just doesn't have the same ring as third and Jawan, Jason. I'm just saying. Yeah, man, I don't even know where we're going from here. I just really like this. I'm vibing. Niners going to the Super Bowl. We like it. I was going to say something and I totally forgot, but that's okay. We're all over the place. It's that kind of podcast today. I think at this point, Jason, since we've already said we're going to go live Wednesday, maybe Wednesday will be the Andrew and Jason talk about this game. Maybe that's how we'll utilize this, because this is, again, the Niners are going to the Super Bowl, and that's kind of the vibe right now. And that's just where it is. Yeah, man, I'm excited. I don't think I need to say that. I'm very excited. I think I might write an article for NinerNation.com. Don't know if you know, we write for that, Jason Aponte. Because I think there's some similarities in these first two teams between.
We might get fired if we keep the or I might I might get fired if we keep this up in this episode.
Yeah, that's fair. But I think there's some comparisons between this Niners team and the 2012 San Francisco Giants World Series run. And I'm gonna write that out a little bit. See where I get with it. But do you want to do 3 stars right now, or do we want to save that for the actual Wednesday when we're gonna talk about
Andrew? We do whatever we want.
We do whatever we want.
There's 2 teams left.
2 teams.
There's 2.
Yes.
I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine rooting for a team, looking back on your year, and saying, I don't have a chance on February 11th to Oyster Lombardi. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be you. Couldn't be us. Stop playing. Oh my God. This is it. Let's keep going. We're vibing.
Favorite Usher
Gammon,
song.
shout out to the Mod Squad. Yo, again, man, shout out to all you guys, everybody that built this community, everything. I have a rather hot take with Usher.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I think we need to get this out the way. Confessions is Usher's masterpiece. It's Mona Lisa. It's literally, it's off the wall. It's Thriller from Michael Jackson. Superstar is my favorite Usher song of all time.
Okay.
I'll be your groupie, baby. You are my superstar. And I want to find a woman that I can love that way, in that way that I feel like that. Superstar by Usher is my favorite Usher song of all time.
So, Jason, I racked my brain for my favorite Usher song in the little 30 seconds you use your answer. I'm just going to tell you the one Usher song I confidently can name off the top of my head right now, and that is Yeah. And that's my answer. I think that's the only Usher song I can name off the top of my head. Is that bad? Should I know more Usher?
No.
Okay, yeah.
No,
I've always respectful. I understand Usher's very talented. He's very good. I've always been very mid on Usher personally.
Confessions
I've been mid
is literally like if you wanted everything to go right, that's what and that's his best album. I mean, I don't think anybody debates that.
Me?
How old am I?
Me or me?
No.
Andrew
let's
or
take it.
Jason? Those are two answers.
I am in November
27, 27, 27.
turning
27.
the big 40.
Okay.
For you. Oh my God, this is such a good one, Ariel. Moving Mountains.
I'm 31.
And Andrew, how old are you, Andrew?
I'm 31. Hello. 31.
You
The
look
big three.
you look
Raheem
21.
Mostert year, dare I say.
You look 20. Oh,
Raheem
damn it.
Mostert.
So I turned 40 on November 5th, and you turned 40 on November 11th. Oh my God, we're vibing.
I turned 32 November 23rd.
There you go.
So there you go. All November babies. Jason, can I give you something that I think you can use in your back pocket? I know you like. I don't know if you like it, but I know you like to rub it in the face of Eagles fans. And so here's something. You ready for this?
Yeah.
The Eagles said, "Well, it didn't matter. Brock Purdy wouldn't have beaten us in the NFC Championship game last year. And so, what happens in December, Jason Aponte? Niners use Brock Purdy, beat the Eagles. But then that turned into, well, you're not going to win an NFC Championship game like the Eagles did last year with Brock Purdy. You can't do that. Niners did that, but now here's the kicker, Jason Aponte. Brock Purdy has a chance to do something the Philadelphia Eagles couldn't do last year, and that was beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. If the Niners win this Super Bowl, it might be worse than Philadelphia Eagle fans' narratives than it is the Chiefs, because they've really lived on that, like, well, Brock Purdy was never going to beat us in the NFC Championship game. And here we are a year later, and now Brock Purdy can do something that Jalen Hurts could not do in the Super Bowl, and that was beat Patrick Mahomes. How do you like that?
The 49ers have a chance to do the most hilarious thing in the world on February 11th. Yeah. But you know what, Andrew?
Love it.
I don't care about February 11th. Can we talk about January 28th?
Yeah.
January 28th?
Absolutely.
I don't care. Like, that's 2 weeks away.
We got plenty of time to break down the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. Andrew, everyone that's watching, I love this for us. I love this for y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I love this for us. For us. Stop worrying about what's going to happen in 2 weeks. Oh. That's for the people that actually covered it, that, you know, like, have to, like, worry about things like that. Oh.
Just enjoy it, man.
I'm so happy for us.
Just enjoy, like that's the thing. Yeah, listen,
that's it. Bask.
Listen,
BASK. Bask.
I've already seen tweets from 49ers Twitter about the Chiefs, Taylor Swift, all the NFL wants Taylor Swift to win, blah, blah, blah. Don't care about it right now. I don't even think I'm going to care about it on Friday. I don't think I tweeted, I searched Taylor Swift on Pro Football Reference and she didn't pop up. I don't know who she is really. But I've seen a lot of people focusing on the side things of the Super Bowl already. We're barely 24 hours removed from an NFC Championship game. We got all of next week to worry about that, the Super Bowl. So that's what we're going to do here on the Sprint Right Option podcast, Jason. Can you plug all the podcasts you do in the week, kind of let people know where you're going to be?
It's going to be literally on the channel, Jason yelling about the 49ers being in the in the Super Bowl. Like, tomorrow, Bully Ball with Steph Sanchez. Wednesday, State of the Franchise. And from Mobile, I'm not going. You know why I'm not going to Mobile? Because the 49ers are going to be in fucking Vegas. I don't got time to go to Mobile. I don't care about the Senior Bowl at this point. I'm going to get the film and I'll look through it. But yes, and then we're going to fill this entire week. We're going to fill this entire week and then one more week. And then we get to, as a family, sit and watch the 49ers bring home 6. And then we'll run it back right after that, man. Just a lot. Just a lot going on right now, man. I'm just so happy for you, for for us, all of us, man. All of us, man. I don't care what you think is going to happen in 2 weeks. Save it. Keep it to yourself. Right now, it's January 29th. It's 9:09 on the East Coast. It's 6:09 on the West Coast. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself and enjoy this one because this doesn't happen often. That is special, what just happened yesterday. That's special. That's special. So don't overthink it. I'm not gonna be slayed. I'll tell you this, Hendrix. I am not going to sleep 1 minute while I'm in Vegas. Chris says Super Bowl boys, let's get it.
Yep.
I'm so happy, man. I'm so happy.
Oh yeah.
I'm so happy.
Oh yeah. This is the week, 49ers Twitter. This is the week. This is the week.
Everybody come together.
Enjoy it.
Whether you want it, Brock.
I don't care what Nick Wright says. I don't care what Ryan Clark says. I don't care what Sexy Rex Ryan says. I don't care what any of them say for this week. Just bask in it. Bask in the glory of the 49ers going to the Super Bowl. We're going to enjoy it. We're going to have fun. Jason, we didn't talk any really part of the game. That's going to be Wednesday's podcast. We will do a full and a normal Sprint Right Option podcast of telling you, hey, this is what we thought about Brock Purdy. This is what we thought about everything. We'll give you 3 stars on Wednesday. Axel working on parlays to get some nosebleed tickets.
Right now, I looked at the get-in price for the Super Bowl. $8,000. My one time in a world moment was when I paid to go to the NFC Championship game in SoFi against the LA Rams. No, thank you.
Yeah,
no, thank you.
I will be watching. Where are you going to watch the Super Bowl? Actually, can we do that? Where are you going to watch it?
All right. So right now, it feels like we're getting closer and closer to Jason Aponte covering the Super Bowl in Vegas. And the 49ers are in it.
Yeah.
I doubt I'm getting into the game, but I don't care. That media week coverage that you got last season from me in Arizona, it's going to be triple because I will be able to ask questions to San Francisco 49ers players. The only thing that, you know what, real quick, and look, I'll take this from my squad. Go.
Play the Robert Roode entrance music. I think that might get us DMCA'd. I don't think I can just rip
DMCA.
Glorious. I won't give it. I won't give it. That's a deep cut. Robert Roode had a banger of an entrance thing.
But I will say this. For the first time, I'm going to be able to ask questions to 49ers players in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But the only thing that makes this game a little bit like hurtful is that I don't get to ask Jerick McKinnon his thoughts on what this game will mean to him. Because last season, during media day, I was able to take a Sprint Right Option joke and take it to the top.
Yep.
Because I was able to ask Jerick McKinnon about McKinnon from the Wildcat.
Yep.
And that's still so good.
All time.
That's still so good. But Jerick McKinnon, unfortunately, is out for the entire season, and he will not be able to participate in this game one way or another. But if everything goes right, I think that the way that things are going right now, I'll be able to ask your favorite 49er player the silliest question you ever wanted, and I just love this. I just love this opportunity, man. I really do.
Yeah. Well, I'll be watching the next best place in Las Vegas at my parents' house. So there you go. That was it. That whole setup was just for me to say I'm going to watch it at my parents' house. And Jason just trumped me by going like, yeah, dude, I'm going to be talking to the 49ers. I'll be in Vegas having a good time. I like that. I'm excited for you because I get to live vicariously through you. When you go to Mobile, when you go to Indy, when you go to the Super Bowl, I get to live through you. And I honestly, Jason, I like to see my friends succeed. And yes, I was going to say that Omenihu tore his ACL. So we're losing Hoom's revenge games.
You know what I didn't notice? That he in like 10 games had 7 sacks.
Yeah, he was pretty good. And that was off of a suspension.
Yes.
Didn't he start the season suspended?
Yeah, he was suspended for the first 4. Yeah. In 11 games, he has 7 sacks. That's crazy.
Yep. He was doing good.
I mean, look, Omenihu, I'm sure there's some discussion about where you are on the, I guess it's like the moral like standard, but like it's good to see you do well.
Yeah. No, yeah, no, any former 49ers a good Niner to me. Really turning into a big Hooms revenge game, Trivarius Ward, but we'll talk Super Bowl in a couple weeks. Jim Everett calling Jason Aponte the GOAT content creator. We love that.
I love Jim Everett. I love him.
Um,
I love him, man. Hey, Jim. We've got our guys. We've got our guys that have been 10 toes for a while. You always continue to be, regardless. And I nobody can beat you in terms of riling up our chat
no,
than you.
not at all.
This is like right now, like this is a very reflective episode. This is a very reflective episode.
I think the only person we're missing, and I understand it, Don Burr. I understand it. Listen,
I don't want to make fun of him. No,
I'm not. No, I'm absolutely not making fun of Don Burr because I get it. I listen, Niner fans. If you're out there making fun of Lions fans, stop, because we know how Lions fans feel right now. Did you not see the last 2 years? Did you not see the last 2 years? Like, Lions fans are going through what Niner fans have gone through. We should know what it's like. We love Don Burr. So Don Burr, I know, probably not having the best day, but the Sprint Red Option Podcast officially wants to say we love you. We hope all is going well.
You're always welcome.
And maybe I know this sentence doesn't mean anything right now. Ideally, it means something for you guys in a year. I think better days are ahead of the Detroit Lions right now.
100%.
And I know, as I said, means absolutely nothing to him right in this second. But the nice thing about football, Jason, is there's always next year. And that's just kind of what it is. And it sucks for Lions fans to hear it, but that's just the reality of it.
And the best news that CJ Gardner-Johnson can hear is Cancun's way better than Las Vegas in terms of weather.
Cancun.
Bye.
I still can't believe he did that. I still can't believe he did that. Second quarter up. The PAT was the PAT. No. It was 20. It was PAT pending. And he would. Could you imagine if he was waving bye to everybody and they missed the PAT? That would have been a bad omen. I mean, I think waving goodbye. Yeah, I think waving goodbye is just a bad omen.
CJ Gardner-Johnson, make sure you got your suntan lotion. Make sure you say hi to Jordan Love. Yeah. Make sure you say hi to Dak Prescott at the Cancun resort.
Yes.
Make sure you say hi to that trash-ass rapper from Detroit named Eminem. Oh, my God. Yeah, make sure you get a little bit for him because he's giving the middle finger to 49ers fans. Hey, man, Papa Doc was right. He should have got your ass up out of here. I know people don't like my Eminem takes, but like you're part of Detroit now, so you just gotta deal with this now. Like you just gotta deal with it. You gotta deal with it now. Royce the 5'9" is a better rapper than Eminem. I stand 10 toes down on that. That Bad Meets Evil album. Royce the 5'9" rap circles.
Good album.
Rap circles around Eminem. You know why? Because he doesn't rhyme orange and porridge and waters. No one cares. You're not saying anything. Royce the 5'9" can rap and say things. Eminem, get fried, pal.
Hey, man.
Beard.
Hey, man. Pre 2007 Eminem, good, but everything after, bad Eminem. Jason, this episode played like a After Dark, and we enjoyed it. He lost the lotto. Yes, he did.
He did lose the lotto. I feel bad that I got to be the lever. I feel bad that I got to kill the guy from Leave It to Beaver. Like, Lotto was frying. He was frying. And the reason that you were excited about what Eminem said is because he was the guy that you didn't expect to say stuff.
Yes, Eminem made 100%. An entire living calling a guy Clarence. Think about that.
Oh, well, also, Clarence ended up being Falcon. He's the new Captain America.
Oh, my God. I never put that together. Oh, my God. That's the same actor. Oh, my God.
And Anthony Mackie's Tupac.
Oh, my God.
In the Notorious movie. So he's Tupac. He's Falcon. He's your new Captain America. Who really won?
Love it.
Who really won? Not you, Eminem. Sorry, B-Rabbit.
Not some guy named
Marshall
Mathers.
You know what's best? You know what's the best too?
What's the best?
Michigan got their win with Jim Harbaugh, and now Jim Harbaugh dipped. So
I gotta buy my Chargers hat.
You get nothing now. You get
they got a national title. They got a natty out of it. They got
nothing now.
Nothing for you.
I'm sure those Detroit fans would trade that Michigan championship for a Super Bowl berth.
People from Michigan. I don't know. I'm gonna text my friend from Michigan right now. My friend who is born and raised in. I don't think he's gonna text me, but this will be an off podcast answer for Jason. I'm very curious. Would you trade the natty for a suit? I'm texting this right now. I am having a discussion with my friend, and he said,
Andrew,
"This is great podcasting." Michigan
no. Andrew,
type
that, and then I have a request. Type that, and then I have a request.
The natty for a Lions SB berth. Do you agree? He's not going to text me back for like 2 days, but that's okay. What's the request?
The request is spin the fucking hat, Andrew. Spin it.
I need to get a new one because it's like it's losing a little bit of steam. It's an old hat. I saw somebody. I posted my live tweet, and the Spencer Martin said, "Andrew, I had that hat when I was 10. Maybe this is the hat because I bought it from a thrift store. Who knows? But this is a good hat. Great hat,
my boy Dawson. Shout out to my boy Dawson. Thank you for the comment. Trading a national championship for a Super Bowl win is a really hard question.
Well, no, they're different because he said Super Bowl appearance. Jason, you said Super Bowl appearance.
I mean, yeah.
I'm really curious in this answer. I'm hanging on
do you want to eat and the Lions beat the Chiefs in week 1. But Chris Jones didn't play in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And they're completely different. But as a Detroit Lions fan,
I'm just reading Rod's question right now. So Jason and Andrew, how do you think the Rams will do next season? I don't know, man.
But don't ask us. We don't get the right answer for you right now.
I just can't think. Rod, I love you already. You're you're a great commenter. I love you. I cannot think of a thing further than from my brain right now than the 2024 Los Angeles Rams. So you ask me that question, I love it so much because I don't know, man. Puka Nacua, future 49er Cooper Kupp. How about that? Rams are trading Kupp to the Niners. Is that what you wanted, Rod?
I'll tell you this. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
we do not care.
That's why I just started laughing. I was like, I didn't expect to read that question. I love you, Rod. We love you, Rod. Thank you very much for that. Oh wait, I got a text message. Is that the text? No, it's not. It's only Rich.
Did he respond?
It's only Rich Madrid. Who cares?
Oh Christ, man!
Christ.
He didn't be like, "Shut up, man! You didn't watch the film. Matthew Stafford's a dog."
Oh my goodness. Okay, Jason. This episode really played like after dark, and I love that. Vibes are immaculate. We're at an hour and 10 minutes. I think it's time. I think it's time to give the people their Monday nights back. As we said, a little different than the usual review. We're going to move the review to Wednesday. I think obviously the big story per sources, actually, I got another text, Jason Aponte. Sources are telling me the San Francisco 49ers are going to the Super Bowl. So I think that's the overarching story than the specifics of what happened in the second quarter. So we will give you that on Wednesday, same time, same place. 5:15, we'll give you the review of the Detroit Lions, San Francisco 49ers. We'll give you the 3 stars. Mark wants to know how we feel about the Eagles now. We've started a trend. People are now asking us what we think about different teams. Jason, what are your thoughts on the 2024 Jacksonville Jaguars next? Maybe that's how, you know what we'll do? We have 13 days before the Super Bowl. Maybe we'll just go through every team. 2 teams every day, what we think of 2024.
No, go, Andrew. Name a team. Name a team real quick. Just name a team.
The Dallas Cowboys. Oh my
MC,
God, your
MC,
mic,
go.
your mic peaked there. I didn't even hear that. The Seattle Seahawks. Dog, you were
Keep going.
so
One
loud.
more,
Your
one more,
mic is
one
not
more,
handling
one more,
it.
one more.
Can I name the Los Angeles Rams? We just did them. There we go. We got the laugh. We got the laugh. Those laughs were so loud, Jason. Your mic did not pick them up.
That's good. That's good.
I love that.
That's good. That's good.
Okay, we're gonna get up out of here.
Yes.
Been an hour, 10 minutes of just pure fun. We'll be a little more serious and dressed up and ready.
I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure I get two things across.
Yes.
Before we leave.
Yes.
One, Royce the 5'9" is a superior rapper over
Yes.
Eminem, and I don't want to
Yes.
argue that with anybody.
Yes.
And two, the San Francisco 49ers have a game on February 11th. If your team doesn't, I, Andrew, and everyone else, we cannot relate. I cannot relate.
Love it, Jason. Again, don't know if you've heard Niners going to the Super Bowl. Jason Aponte, as always.
Let's fucking go Niners, and I love us and everyone here. Thank you so much.
Don't know if you've heard Niners going to the Super Bowl. Going to the Super Bowl.
See you in Vegas.
Welcome, everybody.
We are live.
My name is Jason Aponte.
I am Andrew Pasquini.
We're working. That's it. We're working over here. That's it.